In this video we're going to look at managing arrears in REI Master. This allows you to keep on top of defaulting tenants. You're able to print reports showing all arrears. You're able then to follow up as well with your tenants via a number of contact options. It also allows you to issue a Form 11 notice to remedy breach. This is for Queensland clients only. In REI Master we can go to the process drop down list and select arrears. We're then presented with a processing screen here which allows you to filter information based on the options available there. At this point here it's going to show me all tenants who are in arrears greater than 1 day as of the 30th of the 10th 2013, and we're going to order our grid with the greatest days in arrears adjusted for any rent credit. If I click on my load list option here, I then get my list of tenants who are in arrears, and as we can see here it's listed by those most in arrears through to the least in arrears here. We have a number of options that we can look at along the top here now. Based on the information on the screen in front of you, you can literally print a copy of this grid. So if I click on the button here, we have an arrears list which we can see, of course, and it literally just shows it as it was on the grid behind. It also then just gives a little bit of statistics about the number of tenants in arrears and the percentage information there. The full report here, if I print a copy of this one, it actually gives you further information about the tenant, so contact information for them, and still gives you the indication of their arrears there. Again, some statistics information as well that appear on this one here. The other things you can do to issue information to tenants who are in arrears, we have an option here to email information, to send an SMS. You can send them a short reminder if you wish to do so, and for those tenants who are in arrears more than the 8 days as stated here in Queensland, we can actually issue a Form 11. So I'll show you a couple of those options there. If I select this tenant who's only in arrears by a couple of days, we might send them an SMS or an email. In doing so, you need to make sure that you've got a valid email address or valid SMS number, a valid mobile number set up in the tenant's record there. If I click on the send SMS option, you can see here we're sending this to selected tenants, so I've only selected one there, and we've got our reply number showing in there. I can now start to type in a message if I wish to do so. Alternatively, if I've set up a default message for SMSs in the setup drop down list in REI Master, I can select a message I've already created. Click on that one there and select, and we now have our information showing there. I can still add or adjust this message if I wish to do so, and my next step of course will be to send an SMS. You can also see with these particular ones there's a couple of merge fields, so this SMS here is going to be specific to this tenant with their name and the number of days that are in arrears, and based on this one here it will Mr. John Entwistle, and it will show as him being 2 days in arrears. I can also email if I wish to do so, and again if I set up default emails I've got one to select. The email body that comes up here then of course, again I can start to type information in, I can add attachments if I wish to do so, or I can select one of my default messages. And again that one there has got a couple of merge fields in it which will pick up the information based on the particular tenant there. Also got a subject and other information. And from there I can also CC or BCC our owners in on this particular information. We'll have a look at the Form 11 that you can create. So I'm going to select this tenant here who's 9 days in arrears. As mentioned, please note that this Form 11 is for Queensland clients only and cannot be used in other states of Australia. If I click on the Form 11 there, it's going to give me my 7 days that I need to issue to the tenant in order to remedy their breach, and I also then select the method of issue here, and we've got two options, by post or in person, that are showing in there. Click OK on there, and what we have showing up in front of us of course is a copy of the Form 11 Notice to Remedy Breach, and it's specifically inserted information for a breach of rent. As we can see here we've got some information that shows how far in arrears that this particular tenant is and the amount of monies that they owe. So this can then be printed, and as we've indicated here we're going to post a copy of this to the tenant. So in this video we've looked at the rent arrears and how we manage those through REI Master, and the options we have for contacting our tenants who are in arrears, and whether we can issue Form 11 or not. Again, as mentioned, please note the Form 11 is for our Queensland clients only.